You are here because you're looking for budget-friendly makeup for your makeup routine, and I'm here to help with that. Well, hello there, fabulous, and welcome to Alyssa Simone, where I share with you all the helpful things that I is. The main one being I am a budget-friendly spender. I am Alyssa Simone, your go-to girl for the fabulous life for the low. Today, we're going to be working on a beginner makeup routine for the low. The low. Are you ready? Okay, so let's get started. So what you'll want to do is prime your face. And I have two primers and they are both by e.l.f. They are a little on the makeup-y side. I don't want to say dirty because it's really just makeup on them. But this is for a poreless face primer. If you have big pores, you want to get this one. It's pretty good. I like it. And then this one is Luminous Matte. So the one I'm going to go with is this one. I typically like this one over this one, even though I feel like I really have big pores. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and go with this one today. So what you want to do is get a little bit of this, squeeze it in your hands, and then put it all over your face. So let me tell you about e.l.f., which no, this video is not sponsored because it's not. This is really just what I be wearing. So there are three brushes that I use to apply my foundation. So there is this brush that you can find. It's called the flat top foundation brush. Is really good. This brush is only $10. You can get it at Target. You get it at Target in the makeup section. It's only $10. And then there's also don't judge, the Wet n Wild brush that I got, and this is like a flat top too, to apply makeup. But what I have found is I just prefer this little Wet n Wild sponge. You know, people like to call these beauty blenders. They're all sponges. Beauty blenders are sponges too. They just so happen to shape it odd and charge a lot of money. But this works just fine for me. What I like to do is get my sponge nice and wet and then give a few squeezes of my foundation. Now this is only, when I first started buying this was like $6.99, but now it's like $9.99. But that's still not bad compared to like the 30s and even more that people are paying for foundations. And from what I've seen from another video, I can't remember what it's a dupe for, but it's definitely a good dupe, someone said, for one of the like most popular foundations. So what I usually do is take that and I just dab lightly on this side, and then I dab lightly on this side, and if you can see, of course, more gets on there. So I dab up and down. And then what you don't want to forget is your neck. Do you be seeing those people that it's just like they're completely a different color than like their necks are a different color than their face? I can't stand it. Like and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. In my head, I'm a judgmental person, but like out loud, I will never judge someone. You know, I won't say never, but out loud, I let people do what they want to do. If they ask me, I'm definitely going to tell you the truth. But, you know, I just typically leave people alone about it. But that irks me. One of my favorite, like, fashion influencers, she does that. Now, I love her fashion sense. And her makeup always looks so good. But I just be like, oh, girl, put some on your neck. Put some on that neck. And so, see, for me, I can take a long time and, you know, make this really spread out and it'll be full coverage and everything like that. But I don't be feeling like doing that. So I just be using the extra pump and going around and making sure that I have all the spots filled in that I need filled in. And for me, my makeup routine is almost like a no makeup routine. Like, I like the natural makeup. And you'll see that when it comes down to these eyeshadows, honey, which I typically don't wear. So when I'm done with that, I usually take my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. It's $6 at Target, and it's amazing. I mean, really invest in one. If you can, it's only $6. But I think I threw mine away, and all I got is this powder brush from e.l.f. and I think this was probably like either $4 or $6 as well. But what I like to do is usually the Kabuki brush gives you like a really, really soft finish. Like, you see those smudges down there from like me just doing this all over the place. Like, let me dab that in a little more actually. I like to just fluff my face. And usually when you have the kabuki brush, it's a lot better. Like, it gives you literally like a photo finish, and it's amazing. Yeah, so for me, this is good enough. I don't know what you want to do, but this is good enough for me. I'm not a makeup person, but I'm just showing you the makeup routine that I have for not that expensive. So the next thing I do to my face is I like to put the concealer on. Now, this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. For my skin tone, I use the color Fawn, and this product it used to be, I want to say $2.99, but I think now it's like $4.99, which is still very cheap, like I said, compared to those luxury brands. And so what I do is I just take it underneath my eye a little bit. And I know there's some people that are like, no, don't do that. But this is my business. Shout out to Tab. So yeah, I usually like to take this and put it underneath my eyes. And then sometimes I like to make my lips like pop. Like, I like this. Sometimes I like the like bimbo look, but I have like the real small lips. So sometimes like I'll put it across here and like blend that in, and it just makes my lips like pop and just makes me look like I have lips, which I don't. But yeah, so anyway, and then I'll just take that same brush and I will blend that out a little bit, you know, just brightens me up a little bit. Like I said, I like a pretty like natural look. So I'm not getting it on my top eye. What I'm doing is scooting it up to my lid. I'm gonna put some more on actually, because it's not as bright as I wanted. Well, dang it, I shouldn't have done that actually, because I'm gonna put powder on. So, because I want it just to be a little wider. So I'm like, oh, there we go. It picked me up. It picked me up. Okay, cool. So I know people usually like go down the bridge of their nose, but I already feel like I have long nose. I'm not really like a contour girl, but you can do that look. You know, you just put it on the bridge of your nose and then put a darker color on the sides and just kind of blend that out. I just feel like for me, I don't need that in my life. Okay, and I did put a few dabs right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. The next thing I'm going to take is, I'm telling you, I love Maybelline. The Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I got it in medium deep, and this is specifically for under my eyes. Like, people are like, don't do that, you know, the older you get, you shouldn't set your eyes, and honey, for me, I'm gonna set them. Because I don't really wear makeup every day anyway, because I work from home, and if you know, you know. I don't have to turn on my camera either. So what I do is I get that same sponge, and there's just a little, I don't know, let's see. Okay, then there's just a little powder in here, and I dab ever so lightly. And then what I do is like gently sweep this across. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Usually this side gets like the least, oh man. This side usually gets the least amount of powder because I don't like to dip mine back in the pan another time. It's just like, that's enough for me. I'm not out here trying to bake to oblivion. Like, that's just not me at all. But yeah, I want to say this product is probably about $5.99. Mostly everything that I got, it either came from Target or Walmart. And honestly, in terms of makeup, Target and Walmart is just change apart. That's it. So either one that you go to, if they have these products, if you're like, oh, let me get it at Walmart for cheaper, you wasting gas. Okay, just wherever you are, go ahead and get it. So this one is what I use. Then while that, let me just, oh gosh. So while that's happening, what I like to do is my eyebrows that don't exist. Funny thing, and I don't need you guys judging me, okay? But when I was younger, they used to tell me I had Winnie the Pooh eyebrows. because you know he just has like one little line. Haters gonna hate, I tell you. This is what haters do, guys. For my eyebrows, what I use is I get the spoolies from e.l.f. This is the spoolie that I get from e.l.f. if you can see. It is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. So what you want to do is make sure that if you have like black hair, don't get a black pencil. Cause honey, go ahead and get you a brown pencil. You want to get, for your eyebrows, you want to get something lighter than what your natural hair color is, but like not your skin color, if you know what I'm saying. So I usually use this one. I have one open already. And so on the other side, the only time I use this is when I cannot find my pencil. I literally buy it for the spoolie, but it comes in handy when I can't find my pencil, which is quite often. So what I do is spoolie my eyebrows that don't exist. And I kind of get them to shape to where it's like, okay, I don't want these like stark eyebrows, like I said, a natural look. And so the actual pencil that I use is the Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's the actual pencil. Like people use like the pomades, things like that. This is 98 cents, and a sharpener is $2. I'm fine with old school. I'm not an artist, okay? So if you don't have a steady hand, don't use that pomade stuff, honey. I use this and I feel like I control it a lot better. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows really quickly. I'm not that good at it, guys, but they'll look like something. And then I usually clean them up with my concealer. So I guess I'll do it on camera now, but I'll just speed it up because I don't need y'all talking about me. I don't need it. Keep your comments to yourself. I actually don't like doing this in a close-up mirror. And I know people do the strokes and they do all that like perfect stuff, but not me, honey. If I can just get a shape on there, I'm good. So this looks crazy right now, but for me, ooh, I am still a beginner when it comes to like my eyebrows. So I just get the product on there in a kind of a shape that I want, if that makes sense. Like kind of the shape I want. And then that spoolie comes back into effect. So then you take that product and you lift it through your eyebrow how you want it to kind of fill them in a little bit more. And then you kind of start to give it a shape. What I do is fill my eyebrows in, and then to give them a shape, that's when I use concealer. So a lot of people say don't put your concealer on the top, but I put my concealer on the top because I try to blend it out. You know, you don't want that halo look on your eyebrows, but I gotta do what works for me. I gotta do the best with what I got. And of course, I don't just leave it like that. What I do is take my Wet n Wild brush. This is 98 cents. You can actually get this from the Dollar Tree. I like to call it the $1.25 tree now. Or you can get this brush from Target as well. Like my other brushes. Most of my brushes came from Target for like ranging from $1 to $10. So yeah, I go underneath and I just kind of there we go. I actually kind of like to leave a little bit of that halo underneath, just so it kind of looks like I got my eyebrows done. I haven't got my eyebrows done in I don't know how long. It's been forever, ever since I learned this little trick. Cheap, buddy, I'm cheap. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. Don't talk about me, talk about your mama. Okay, so then for the top, what I do so that it won't be like halo-y, I just take like a tad bit of my my foundation, and then I add it to the top because I still want it to look like, oh hey, you know, I got my eyebrows done, but I don't want it to look halo-ish. So I want it to be like in between my skin tone and my concealer. if that makes sense. Okay, and just like that, my eyebrows look they don't look like as sparse and not kept as they were before I did my makeup. Okay, so after I'm done with my eyebrows, I like to go in and take this dust off. And usually if I put it on my lip, I dust it off there too. I use this Wet n Wild angle powder brush, and I think you can get this from the $1.25 treat as well, or you can get it from Target or Walmart, and I think it's like $1.98 or $2.98 or something like that. So what I do is I take this angle brush. Usually this is like a contouring brush, but I don't contour. So if you want that contouring stuff, don't come here, baby. So I try to sweep it away, and not all of it goes away. I dusted it off as best as I can. And the next step in my routine is, okay, either I leave it like this and then I go to the next step, or I put a powder on. Today I want to put a powder on because sometimes I like that like powdery look. I don't know why, but I do. Sometimes I like that cake look. If you don't like that cake look, skip this step. Or just put on less. But here is so my color in both of these are mocha. But this is the Fit Me matte poreless powder in 360, the color mocha. I want to say it's $7.99. So all this stuff is cheap. So everywhere else is where I put the powder. So I don't put it where I put my concealer, like underneath my eyes, but I will go ahead and just put a little powder around my face because it makes a difference to me. If it doesn't make a difference to you, don't worry about it, but I feel the difference. So after that, I like to go in and do like some highlights or bronzer, but sometimes I don't always have bronzer. So this, I have used this like it's nobody's business. The color is Bron, but it's by Jordana, and this is only $3. I don't know if they still sell it on Jordana's website, but I know you can get it off of Amazon, that kind of thing. But you know, if you know me, I do not like to shop online. I prefer to shop in person. So while this is running all out, I've got this Wet n Wild Color Iconic palette, and so on the days where I can't use my Jordana, I definitely just use this. What I'm about to do right now is highlight, and depending on how I'm feeling that day, I'll use any one of those. If I'm feeling like really, you know, like festive, I'll use the pink. And but normally on any other day, I like the way this color, this bronze, I like the way a bronze color looks on my skin. So I'll go in on the tip of my nose. I'll get a little bit of that color, and I'll go in on the tip of my nose and just make sure that I outdo Rudolph. No, I'm just kidding. Do you be seeing those girls? Honey, I don't like it when they do that. So I'll take from here and I'll go up. So this is the Real Techniques contour brush, but I prefer to use it to do this highlighting. But I guess it's kind of like a contour, but I like to go up the side here. And to me, that just gives me like a natural glow, right? I do it on the forehead. I kind of did it a lot today, but ooh. I do it on the forehead, then I do it up the side. Well, this could have been blended better. And then I do it up the other side. Blending is your friend, okay? Blend better than me. Don't be like me. So yeah, I do it on the sides and right here. And for me, it just kind of gives me like a glow. And like I said, if you're like, Alyssa, it barely looks like you have on makeup. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So I want to say this palette probably didn't cost me any more than like $5-6 to get. And then also this Real Techniques brush was it was a gift. Someone gave it to me for free, and because she didn't need this brush, but they have it at Target and Walmart. You can get them. Now for my eyes, the best is this L'Oreal voluminous waterproof mascara. That's what I like to use when I do my eyes. I don't always do my eyes because I have very sensitive eyes, and these allergies, they go crazy. I'm gonna do it today, but you guys are gonna see my eyes are gonna turn red. And then to line my eyes, which I don't always do a good job, I just use the e.l.f. pencil. It's $1. I just use the e.l.f. pencil and line my eyes. Oh, and I do not wear false lashes. So I'm sorry if you were looking for false lashes in this video, you ain't gonna get it. Because your girl doesn't wear them. I don't know how to do that. And I'm not trying to try. If I'm going somewhere spectacular and I need falsies, that means I need to hire a makeup artist for me. So I like to get as close. This is probably when my eyes be. This is probably when my eyes be turning red. I like to get as close as possible, like, you know, to my eyeball. Because I don't like to line down here. I just like to make my eyes stand out. It's all right. See, this eye compared to this eye, it made it like pop just a little bit, right? Right? Okay, girl. Can you tell the difference? If you can, I don't care. Because I can. Okay, so I tend to line on my waterline. That's what I'm trying to say. I line on my waterline, not above, not any of that kind of stuff, because it's just gonna make me look crazy. I don't like that. Apply your mascara. Another reason why I don't get the false eyelashes, because I just feel like my eyelashes are just naturally pretty. They just need some mascara to help them like stand out. Like, hey, we're here. We're actually here. I don't use a lash curler because my lashes are already curly. So sometimes I don't even apply the liner. I just make sure I get some on my skin when I put it on my bottom lash. And sometimes that just naturally lines. Okay, so the next thing I do is line my lips to get ready for whatever I'm gonna put on my lips. That same thing I use for my eyebrows, that's what I end up using for my lips. I'm gonna line those. Also, I have no lips, but I don't overdraw. I do not try to overdraw my lips. Like I said, I like things to look as natural as possible. And then what I do is I go ahead and put on the lipstick of my choosing. So I'm going to show you a few that I like. This one is by Wet n Wild. It's a red. These are all $2. Then there's a just Jordana one. It's natural, 28 natural, that I've had that I probably should throw away now. But I like to put this one on. This kind of just gives me like a nude lip look. And then this one is called Mochalicious. So this gives me like a nude but brown. Like it's almost like a brown nude lip that this one gets me. Then there's one more. But I like to get the mattes. So the white ones are, if you get Wet n Wild's version, I think they're $2. The white ones are more of a like a lipstick, like a suede lipstick. I like to get the matte lipsticks because I don't like to carry makeup with me and reapply. But the one I'm gonna choose today, I'm gonna do the Jordana because I want that natural look. And I just fill that in. Pat my lips together, and then if I do want gloss, LA Colors, I'll just put like a little tiny. To me, it doesn't make that much of a difference to make your lip shiny because I get a nude neutral color. This color is Heavenly. That's what this is called. This liner will bother me. I accidentally overlined my lips. So I just said I don't overline. But another thing you can do to make your lipstick pop is on your little bow right here, you want to take whatever color you used and just add a little bit. So we're going to go back in with that color and add a little bit of shine on the top of that line. Okay. Then to finish, I have my matte finishing spray. So you just take this, and this is actually from Wet n Wild. I want to say it's $4. Target, like Target is just that girl, okay? They always on Target. But anyway, go ahead and to set everything, to make sure that everything stays, just And I like to take the back of my wet sponge and then push that finishing spray in. And voila. Just like that, sis, you are ready for whatever. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. I think I have shown you some really great budget-friendly makeup tips that you can use. But you know what's free? The like and subscribe button. So if you enjoyed this video or you got anything out of it, go ahead and hit that like button. Comment down below which makeup products are you going to try, or which ones have you tried, or do you know anybody that you like, oh my gosh, you got to try this drugstore makeup. If you want to know when I post, go ahead and turn on notifications. I'd appreciate it. If you want to keep up with me in real time and all the budget-friendly hacks that I have, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at alyssasimoneis. If you want to hear my random blurbs, follow me on Twitter at alyssasimoneis. And if you want to see the outfit of the day, go ahead and follow me on TikTok at alyssasimoneis_. Never forget, you may have a budget-friendly outfit, you may have budget-friendly makeup, but you are not completely dressed unless your smile is on.